to the tune of 50 billion a year just for Section 8 housing, and the problem just keep getting worse. I mean, and somebody's going to tell me I'm radical, I'm crazy for talking about solutions and how to do it. How do we slowly reverse this thing? How do we get on a new track? We need accountability. We need checks and balances. We need oversight by we the people. We the people have to have our will being done. When it comes to a market correction, we all have to say, yes, we want that market correction and have it come. And then next year, if we want another one, we get our way as our currency increases in worth. And we create this rising tide of prosperity across the board as your currency increases in worth. That's it. So you understand how that would work. I mean, it's not hard. All I'm asking people to do is put two and two together to understand basic economic principles. The whys and wherefore, supply and demand, what they call free market, involves competition, it involves risk, that kind of capitalism. And what it is, it's a means to an end. Remember, I'm talking about an ideal world completely without money, where we're utterly free, completely, totally, abjectly free. Without any kind of conditions or compromise, absolute freedom. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And it's got to include financial freedom. That's it. And anybody that's delusional and they're deceived and they believe that money is just indispensable, and how stupid, why would you ever want to get rid of money? I mean, it's all how you spend it, right? Then I've got bad news for you. You're the one that's going to say, when God judges, you're going to have your belief system, you're going to stand before God, and you're going to fall, you're going to fail. You're not going to be, it's psychobabble. You've been deceived, you've been duped, deluded, okay, by the evil one to believe that stuff. We don't need money in any form at all. It's just an idea. It was, to facilitate exchange. It's all just so innocent. No, not to rob you, was it? No, that's not why Jesus kicked over the money changers' table, is it? The fact is, we will serve each other over our own free will and accord. And logically speaking, it's a no-brainer to say that society can only break down if people refuse to go to their jobs, if people just stop working. And when you understand that the vast majority of people in the world working today are doing useless, non-productive jobs that revolve around the problems that are created from the social, economic, and political shortcomings of our establishment. Of our establishmentarians, these Satanists, witting or not. I mean, they don't have to be open Satanists to say, look, this is just, I'm doing this. They rationalize in their own little sick, twisted minds. Okay, these are evil people, and they're not stupid. Okay, they're not stupid. They're evil genius, and they're diabolical. And they think they're smarter than everybody else. That's why they think that they can get away with this stuff, and why they're justified. So they act all pious and like, I, John McCain, I'm insane McCain, and I'm, Chucky Schumer, and I'm Maxine Waters, and no, I'm the good guy. Listen to me. I'm Nancy Pelosi, and these people are over here are evil, and that's it. Boom, end of story. And just, Trump should be impeached. They're trying to impeach Trump and all his crap, and oh God, the fallout Trump has taken from the firing of James Comey. Oh my God, I mean, he's just blasphemed the way so many of these people, they jump on a bandwagon. Have you ever noticed that? I mean, so many of these liberals, I mean, it's like, and look, the neocons, the new conservatives, I've got no respect, no regard. They are just as bad. It's just, they're all to me in the same boat. They're these crony capitalists. Okay, all these people, and that's a lot of Congress, a lot of Senate, right, that had to put their stamp of approval on the bailout of '08. All those politicians are the ones I'm talking about. I don't care if they're Democrat, Republican, what they call themselves, conservative, liberal, socialist, or capitalist, whatever they call themselves. Okay, to me, they're all evil. They're all in the same boat, but they all have got this thing going where, these guys are all bad and these guys are all good, and we're all, it's like, it just makes your head spin. Okay, and that's what they want. This is very satanic ploy, just to keep us all divided at each other's throats, not knowing up from down, not knowing right from wrong. Our heads are spinning. We're overwhelmed. We're inundated with fraud heaped upon more fraud, nonsense heaped upon more nonsense. And it's just so hard to contend in a system that has been designed to discombobulate. Okay, that's really what it comes down to. We've got a system designed to discombobulate the masses, the peoples of the nations, to be able to steal the wealth out from under their nose without them suspecting it. Like boiling a frog, slowly enough, it doesn't jump out of the pot. If they try to get away with this economic tyranny, overnight. They couldn't have done it. And the most important thing is that people fundamentally, in order to get out from under tyranny, people first have to understand how exactly they're being tyrannized. This is why it's so important. I want to define terms. People have got to understand the subjective nature of terms and why that is, why we've got this division, because we've been raised different, we were taught different, we've got different peers, we've got different family, friends, associates, all that kind of stuff influences our belief system. But we've got to cut to the chase. Each one of us as individuals has to say, no, this is who I'm going to be. I'm going to take the best of all these philosophies. I'm going to turn to God and say, God, you correct me. You tell me what opinion to adopt in this matter. Okay, because that's all I want to do. I just want to please you. I want to be right about this thing. Okay, it's not so that I can say, hey, I'm right, you're wrong. No, I want to be right in his eyes. So I can be a good servant. I can go out there and truly be useful and productive in convincing people the right side to be on. And that's the side of humanity. To me, that's it. There's only really two sides here. You're either on the side of humanity, which means all humanity, indiscriminately, all humanity, okay, bar none. So that's believing in equality. That's saying everybody has equal rights, equal entitlements, that this planet belongs to all of us. Okay, that's it. To understand that fundamentally is to see God's point of view and understand the why and wherefore for sound economic policies and how this is the way to get out from under the thumb of tyranny. This is it. This is the only way we can do it. Okay, because we've seen Satan's plan work more, and people say, yeah, but there's even more money in the world. Satan's been trying to pour it out there and give people access to it. No, that's all part of the fraud heaped upon fraud. Okay, this is created, the money is falling into a fewer and fewer people's pockets. So it's not getting mixed up in the aggregate. It's not getting to the people that need it to survive. Okay, no, it's killing people. That's what these economic policies, social Darwinian economic policies are doing. And that's what Satan's all about. He hates human beings. He hates humanity because he's ugly. Okay, basically he was created, now that he's fallen, in his fallen state, he's ugly. Anybody that rebels against God will become very ugly. That's it. Okay, your body is going to be ugly when you're down there in Dante's Inferno, down there in hell, in Hades, whatever you believe. Okay, with that bad place. Once the sheep are separated from the goats, once the wicked are separated from the righteous, okay, once the wheat is separated from the chaff, okay, okay, where you're going. Okay, so you don't want to oppose God in any way. So when it comes to developing your character and your opinions, your philosophy, your belief system, you must turn to God. So how are you going to do that? I suggest you read the Bible. You read the teaching of Jesus. This is something I found when I found out Donald Trump is doing this. There's no better advice you can get, no better counsel than the advice from Jesus Christ. I mean, that's it. When it comes to economic things, that's where I'm coming from. Adam Smith, I mean, if you want to get down to nuts and bolts and mathematics and logic and what's truly valuable and what's not, then I go to Adam Smith. I say, yeah, he pointed out, yeah, every nation's single greatest asset is obviously its workforce. Okay, because nothing gets done, absolutely nothing gets done without a willing workforce. And conversely, everything gets done with it. So what's more important? This is not a question of what came first, the chicken or the egg. Do people need capital? People need to eat. People need housing. People need certain things. They need clean water, but they don't need capital. Okay, so it wasn't the capital that built everything. It was a willing workforce. That's what gave us the satellite technology, toys on Mars, your computers and your smartphones and all this crap. This is what gave us the harvesters and the automobiles and the jet airplanes. This is what gave us everything we have. It gave us the Golden Gate Bridge. So it all comes from God, and that's the rationale for making that assertion that it all came from God, is because God gave us a brain. He gave us our imagination, an invisible quality. Our parents didn't do it. They just did what instinctively came to them to do, to breed. And they tried to raise you as best they could because they got an instinct. They got it from God to raise you as best as they could.